Hello and welcome to another episode of Music and Words Unite. I am your solo host today, Troy, and today I have something I'm really excited about. I'm going to attempt to rank every single Ghost song using a tier list because why not? It seems like a fun thing to do. I love Ghost. They're one of my favorite bands, have been since 2012 is the first Ghost song I heard. And ever since then, I've seen them live. It's got to be over 20 times, maybe. It's been a lot. Every time they come around, I usually see them a couple times. So, it's I've really enjoyed the journey of being a Ghost fan, seeing them in a small place in Philadelphia, the Trocadero, the first time, and on the Infinitesimum tour, and seeing them grow. It's been pretty incredible. So, because of that, just wanted to kind of share the love and just talk about Ghost with you all. If you're out there listening, feel free to comment what you think about this. If you think I'm crazy, if you agree, or if you'd like to see any other episodes. Normally, I have a co-host, but tonight it's just me. So, I'm going to get started. And I am going to start with the most obvious S tier songs. So why don't we start there? And when I say the most obvious, it's like no debate, no questions asked. It's obviously an S tier song. Um, so yeah, we're gonna go there. Oh, one more thing to know. There isn't a Ghost song I don't actually like. So I like them all. So even if something is ranked lower, it doesn't mean I don't like it. It just means compared to the other songs, I don't think is as good as that song, to be fair, right? So I'm going to start with the first album, and I am going to pick Ritual, Ritual as an S tier song. So that's the first one. Second, I'm going to select, how about something from Infinitesimal, speaking of that, and I'm going to select Year Zero for that one. Um, Probably one of the best live songs still today, whenever they play Year Zero. It's just one of the most incredible songs to see live, almost by any band, to be honest with you. Between just how the song sounds and the pyrotechnics that they use and the spectacle of it. And obviously, a lot of their newer music is a lot more poppy, which is great, right? I like that too. But kind of when they bring out Year Zero, kind of mix with the things like Mariana Cross and Spillways and the new song Satanize, when they kind of bring that Year Zero back in the mix of it all, it just has a totally different vibe. So to me, this is an obvious S tier song, one of the best Ghost songs out there. I'll move over to Meliora now. Actually, I think there's two, in my opinion, two non-debatable S tier songs on Infinitesimum, and the second one is Monstrance Clock. For years, this was their closing song. So every concert, their encore song, they would play Monstrance Clock. A Monstrance Clock, if you haven't heard it, definitely go listen to it. It's kind of a funny song lyrically because it has a double meaning. I'll let you figure it out in case you aren't aware, but for the Ghost fans out there, you know what I mean. But yeah, this is just an incredible song. Classic Ghost. So that's Monstrance Clock. I'll move on to Meliora now, and the most obvious S tier song on here is Cerise. I believe this song won them a Grammy. It might be the most out of all the eras of Ghost. If you just said, "What's one Ghost song to go listen to?" Maybe it's Square Hammer, but as far as introducing a new person, right, to Ghost. But I would say if you really want to see what Ghost sounds like, kind of a mix of all the eras, I would pick Cerise. It's probably one of the best rock songs in a long time, too, overall. Just outside of the Ghost catalog, would you say listen to this song as a rock slash metal song? It's got to be up there. So Cerise is definitely a masterpiece of a Ghost song. Um, Let me see here. I would say, as far as like non-debatable, that's what I would go with on that album. Um, the next album to talk about is, oh boy, potentially my favorite Ghost album of all time. And I'm thinking there are, well, this is my opinion, right? Because it's my show. So you don't have to agree. But I would say the most obvious S tier song on this album to me is actually Miasma. It's one of my favorite instrumentals of all time. It's definitely my favorite Ghost instrumental, although I liked them all. Um, but I listen to a lot of instrumental music, actually. One of my other favorite bands is Dream Theater, and I listen to a lot of prog music, prog metal, old school prog rock. What there's a lot of just straight instrumental songs or instrumental long passages. And out of all that music, this is up there for one of my favorite instrumentals of all time. So I definitely have to put that in S tier. I'm looking at Impera now, and in my opinion, and the clear S tier song from this album is Spillways. Uh, this is again, one of those songs where I'm like, if you want to introduce someone to Ghost, I let them hear Spillways. This song, not only musically, is kind of a Ghost masterpiece as far as like it's just a perfect Ghost song. It's actually lyrically very interesting. I think it's really well written, and it has again a double meaning. But for me, it's a bit personal, so I really relate to this song. So, um, yeah. So Spillways. So those are some of the most obvious kind of. I don't really need to even talk about those songs. To me, those are the most S tier songs in the catalog. Oh, also, I missed one, and that's Square Hammer. And I noticed that I didn't have the 7 inches of Satanic Panic on here. If I did, then I would also put Mary on the Cross up there as S tier song. It's so let's talk about Square Hammer. So Square Hammer is maybe the song that if you want to introduce someone to Ghost, you just send them that song because it's like the most radio friendly, but also mix of rock and a little bit of metal thrown in. Not too much metal. It's mainly just a hard rock song. But perfect in every way. That song is absolutely perfect. It's probably one of the best Ghost guitar solos as far as how melodic it is, and it has a kind of a double line with the keyboard at the end. Um, yeah, can't say enough great things about that song. And lyrically, it's actually pretty cool too. And Mariana Cross, sorry, in prep I kind of forgot to put that on here, but that is that is probably the most famous Ghost song because it was really popular on TikTok. And again, for what it is, for the type of song it is, it's a perfect song. So put Mariana Cross there. Just imagine it's there in S tier. So there you go. Those are the probably the most in my opinion, of course, you can debate it in the comments or anywhere you like. In my opinion, the most obvious S tier songs. So yeah, so now let's go down the line and let's start just randomly picking songs and seeing where they fall. I'm gonna kind of pick some of the most obvious A tier songs that may be S tier to some people, and I think that might be a next place to go. Um, so the most obvious A tier songs that might be S tier. You know what? I'm debating. I changed my mind. I'm gonna put one more song on S tier, and that is Life Eternal. Probably, in my opinion, it's my favorite Ghost ballad. Um, and if you didn't know anything about Ghost, anything about the costumes, anything about the lore, and you just heard that song, you might think, "Oh, this is an awesome song," right? And then when you add all the lore in and all the story from the album, it just makes it all that much better. But yeah, Life Eternal to me is definitely an obvious S tier song. Okay, so let's talk about some of the more A tier songs that are debatably S tier. Uh, one of them would be Zenith. I debated putting this in S tier myself. I probably would put it in S tier. It teeters. I don't know if everyone would agree with that though. Although this is not everyone's tier list, it's mine. But I would say it's high A, maybe even S tier, but it's not well known by a lot of people. But if you're a hardcore Ghost fan, then you obviously know this song. This was on a very special vinyl release for a long time. It's the only way you can get it. And somebody uploaded it to YouTube, and now I believe it is available on streaming. So this came from the Meliora album, and this was a bonus disc, basically. Okay, so let's talk about other very high A tier songs. Um, I'm just looking at this list. I would go with oh boy, From the Pinnacle to Pit is probably another one from Meliora. Um, He is. This is also debatably S tier. To me, this is teeters, so I would put it probably at the front or so. Look, it's not there we go. Probably at the front of A tier, even over Zenith, most likely, as far as just a great song goes. Yeah. Why don't we talk about Dance Macabre is a high A tier song, in my opinion. Um, Rats also is a high A tier song. Yeah, what else? What else that ju kind of just jumps out at me? Hmm. Now we're kind of getting into a lot of things could be A tier. I could put everything in A tier, to be honest with you. I'm trying not to do that, though. I'm trying not to be that biased and be a little bit objective as I can be. Okay, let's go with um Absolution. Yeah, that's a very high A tier song. Um, let's see here. Hmm. Okay. Um, Deus et Essentia, Deus in Absentia, excuse me. Um, that's debatable whether it's A tier. Spirit probably is. Majesty, Mummy Dust. I would say these are probably, I love these songs, but comparatively, maybe a tier down, so they might be B tier songs. Um, Call Me Little Sunshine is probably high B tier. I'm just gonna start doing this. As I see it, I'll start moving them around. Faith is an A tier song. See the Light is, in my opinion, a higher A tier song. Why? Man, I just love that song. I mean, personally, I might, that's one of my favorite songs like on that album, and that's maybe my favorite album. Um, I objectively, I don't think it's as good as some of the other ones, but it's definitely an A tier song. No doubt about that. It's one of the most epic choruses too. Like every time it comes on, I can't help but sing it very loudly. Which Image is also A tier song. As far as a pro memoria as well, as you can see, I like this album. And this instrumental, yes, also A tier. So Ashes, that's just a little intro. It's hard to even rank that. I guess I can rank it against other intros. I'll do that later. Um, Spirit is a very good song. I would say it's B tier. Same with Mummy Dust. Same with Majesty. Um, and Devil Church is a small instrumental interlude. It's okay. I probably put that more like here relatively. Spokesana is another little interlude. I don't even know how to rank that really. I like it a little bit better than Devil Church though, so I guess I'll put it here. Um, let's go with let's start talking about the first album, I guess. Conclavi con Dio. It's either A or B. I would say it's A tier, actually. Um, Death Knell is a very, very good song. I think it's a B tier song. Same with Elizabeth. Genesis, I think that's A tier. Stand by Him is between A and B. Not exactly sure where to put it. Let me think about that. I would say it's about here. Prime Mover, again, a good song. Not as good as some of the other songs up here, so I would put it there. Same with Satan Prayer. This is a really fun song. Comparatively, though, I don't think it's as strong as some of the other ones. Hunter's Moon. I would say this is a B tier song. When it first came out, I was really excited about it. I really like it. Do I think it's A tier? No, but B is good, right? Um, the intro. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll just compare the intros against each other. Um, okay, Kaiserion is a very good song. I would say it's a B tier song. Um, Watcher in the Sky. I was thinking about this one earlier. I would almost put it in A tier. Almost. I would put it above Call Me a Little Sunshine, though. if it does work. Okay. This is another interlude. Darkness at the Heart of My Love. Wow, I love this song. Again, though, I would say it's more like a B tier song. Um, Griffwood, hmm, probably here. It's a great song. This song, first time I heard it, it it really put a smile on my face the first time I heard the song, and ever since. So that's a great song. 20s, I'll put it here. I don't call it D tier, but it's probably one of my least favorite Ghost songs, although I like it, especially live. I think it comes alive. Deus in Essentia, I would say is a B tier song. You could debate that it's A tier. You could make the case that it's A tier, not S tier, but you can make the case. But it's a fantastic song. I'd probably put it a little higher actually in B tier. Um, okay, The Body and Blood. What a wonderful, catchy song. I'm gonna put it in low A tier. This is Depths of Satan's Eyes, a good song. I would say it's more like around where Satan Prayer is on the C tier. Idolatrine, similar, a little better though. I do like this song a little more. I might put it low B, but I'll keep it here. Um, Goulet Zombie Queen, a very fun song. It's a B tier song. Um, Gigolo, okay. I will gonna give this one high B. All right. Per Aspera, another high B. Secular Haze, a lower B. And the opening. I guess if I had to, you know what, I'll save these for last. Dominion, this is just like um a short little instrumental. I'll put it in C, it's fine. Same with this. This is like not much to it. It's hard to even rank this. So let's talk about the intros. So I would say, which one do I prefer the most? Uh, Probably the best out of all of them. I mean, they're all great. Don't get me wrong. Um, Mood wise, Ashes, it kind of sets the mood right into Rats. As far as the song I would just like to listen to, unfortunately, the mix on Infinitesimal or maybe the mastering on it is kind of weird to me. It brings it down a little bit on the production side. What a fantastic opening, though. I'm gonna give this one A tier. I'm gonna give this also A tier, and I'm gonna give this one B tier. All right. And again, I would have Mariana Cross at S tier. I would have Kiss the Go-Goat at B tier, although another great song. And I can't think of a D tier Ghost song even compared to one another. So let's just take a look at it real quick. We have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Mariana Cross is nine. And you could really, to me, debatable would be songs like He Is, Zenith. Um, for me personally, it's See the Light, but I don't think other people would agree with that. So probably He Is and Zenith could fill that 10th slot there in the S tier. Yeah, so if you agree with this, disagree, if you think I'm crazy, put it in the comments. If you think I'm onto something, either way, check out some of the other videos. If you want me or us to talk about any Ghost songs in particular, any Ghost albums, we'll obviously be doing a review and reaction of the new Ghost album coming out in April. Um, yeah, so I just wanted to do something for fun. I didn't want the video to be too long, so hopefully it's not too long. But and if you're newer to Ghost, or if you're curious about if you haven't heard some of these songs, hopefully this gives you maybe a perspective on a long-time Ghost fan, how I see the songs. Again, though, I want to stress I like all the songs in C. I mean, I've listened to these songs a million times. Like particular, like Satan Prayer. I've heard that song like so many times I can't even count. So, but yes, I mean, there's got to be, they all can't just be one tier, right? There has to be a ranking if you're going to rank things. So I tried to be as objective as I could about that. So, all right. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. Obviously, we're not doing this to make money. This is just a passion. We just like talking about music, sharing music with people. Check out our episodes coming out soon. We have an episode on shoegaze music where I discover some shoegaze music that's new to me. We have an episode on a band called Arch Echo coming out. We have an episode on Smashing Pumpkins tier list, which is another passion project of mine. So that's coming out. And we also have, what do we also have queued up? A really interesting album by a band called Renaissance that we're doing an album review of that coming up too. So stay tuned for all that. And of course, there'll be more ghost stuff in the future. So yeah, see you later.